You know, there's a lot of music that gets made these days. I hear a lot about it. There's actually so much music, it's hard to believe how much music is really getting made these days, but when somebody puts on that Atsuko Nina, especially the song Communication, it's a whole different game, baby. It's a whole different ballpark, you know? You start getting all that funk in your system, and I ain't talking about fermented food, but you should eat that too, yes sirree. So do I get some kind of URL here? View channel. Vertical live streaming is here. Okay, talk to him. Why do I sound like I have a cold or something? I don't know, I just got up. I just got up for work, so I don't know, maybe I got something wrong with me. Other than everything I have wrong with me, but it's beside the point. Live for some pre-work chillin'. Loading link. Alright, there we go. It's a casual affair, you know, I don't get a blast every sort of avenue, you know. This is for all those new subscribers that subscribed to my channel this week due to the fact that I uploaded the stand-up from January onto the channel. Big ups to all the new subscribers. Appreciate that. Now YouTube seems to cooperate and load my live chat so that I can see what's in it. That would be really epic for the win. Alright, well with that being said, regardless, greetings everybody, I'm your host, Toby Reynolds. Welcome to 2.5 hours of pre-work, #chill hangout. It's exactly what you think it is, and I really wish that YouTube, Rumble's been giving me some grief lately with blacklisting my channel, but at least they finally did pay me today. It's been like 2 months. I don't know, they were a little hang up on the payment, a little hang up on being able to display my channel, but YouTube with this live chat thing, it's been going on lately. Just don't even, there's no sure fix. Maybe, cause there's a chat over here when I go to New J channel, there's a chat there. It's like they just want to do everything in their power to keep me from seeing what's going on in the world. Let me go back. I'm gonna click on my channel. I'm gonna click on my click on the stream again. New stream. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Appreciate that, YouTube. Thank you for letting me see my own chat. That's what I like to see. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. What's up, old school Dave Grisu in the house? We got a homeboy, CEO of Chairbugs. Oh, and I heard he's dropping that heat, that super hot fire in the rap game. That's what's up. Red Omega in the house. We got Bink. He's suffering from food poisoning. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's something going around. Didn't we just have a train derail again like 2 weeks ago? I'm thinking it's probably real. Red Omega, he says, I recently blew up on YouTube. Well, congratulations on your success. Yeah, maybe I do have, I think it's allergies probably. I haven't taken allergy medicine since like last year, but it's starting to heat up again now. Maybe these pollens and things are starting to get activated. What's up, Krell? Mr. Spee, how do you do? Have a good day at work. Mingo. What's up, Raindrop Hogan? But we got A. Lamau in the house. Element only 08. What fast food place do I work at? Well, you know, if I was going to work in fast food, I would really want to work at Culver's because it's my understanding that Culver's employees, they get 50% off on their orders. And that would be pretty dank, I'm not going to lie. I think Culver's is probably my favorite fast food. They got those dank cheese curds, all beef smash burgers with the raw red onion, and those pickles. Their pickles are always so extra crispy. They must have them in some kind of magical brine. What is up, Bigglesworth? Lake Murder, Captain Need a Drink, Sicario, Nogs. The only brand orange juice. Yo, Eggheads have been AWOL quite a bit with work and the woman folk. Glad I can still hang out here and there. Glad to have you in the house, brother. Shout out to homeboy Duke Nasty. We got Braden in the mix. Arctic. Marshall Law. Chris Jabron. Meep. The only thing I'm sick is sick in the head. But, you know, sometimes I get sick in the body too. But usually it really precedes, what precedes my typical ailment is drinking too much. But I haven't really been drinking this week since I'm cutting back. No. I don't drink during the work week, even when I'm streaming, so the only thing I drink during the work week is one of these chemical concoctions right here. It's called the caffeine combo. Whatever happened to the botched anime pillow cover? I think I probably still had it in my possession up until I moved to St. Cloud, which was in 2015, after the Black Pill video, after I went a little kooky nutso mode. I was running around Canada, and then I moved to St. Cloud at the end of that year. I think there was a lot of stuff that I misplaced because I kind of just like up and left some shit when I moved. So I think that's probably lost to time. Or it's in a... I mean, that's the best guess, because I don't know who lives there now. I'm pretty sure there was some stuff that just got left there when I left. There's been more than one occasion in my life where maybe this could be something I could work into a bit in the future. See, being a reprehensible hikikomori, as I have been for many years, not now as much, just still reprehensible. You know, you don't really have anybody when you need to move shit. There's nobody you can call on. So there was times where I kind of just packed up with all the necessities, and then I had to pay to have like other stuff thrown in a dumpster. But not in that case. That was something where it was a kind of an agreement that you know, that shit was just gonna be left for the next tenant. So yeah, it's out there, still floating around in the world somewhere, but I'm no longer in possession of it. And see, that's the thing, you know, I see Scar sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $20. I've never been in the business of waifu wheeling and dealing. That's why I still have my waifu figurines laying around in different places. Because everyone's like, they think you buy this stuff to like fuck it or jizz all over it. I'm like, oh, well, that's like, I've historically speaking, I've never done that, first off. And also, you know, historically speaking, when I have my shit a little more together, I would keep my waifu figurines behind like thick bulletproof glass, dusted regularly with some dank air duster. You know, I really cared more for the quality of those figurines at that time in my life when I was purchasing numerous of them, more than probably anything else around. So I've never been in the business of waifu trading, which is also why I just also concurrently never got another waifu, because it seems very shameful. You're going around and they called it FOTM, the flavor of the month. You only like the waifu of the current season of anime. I found that to be very shameful behavior. So once I determined, you know, the proper waifu, and then my life went a different direction, I never doubled back. I said, can a man be a widow? I guess, right? I don't know what else would you call it. I'm waifu widowed. What happened to Rusty Cage? I don't know. I got some messages yesterday or the other day that he was live streaming and he chopped his own head off. But then I guess the police came and did a welfare check and said he was okay. I have not spoken to Mr. Cage in light of this whole situation. It might have been a symbolic art piece, perhaps, about the death of society when you're a real suffering gamer. You know, speaking of which, actually, you know, I just remembered I got a phone call here from DT. I don't know who that is, but it's been on my call waiting for the last like 45 minutes. Should probably go check this out real quick. Let's see what's going on here. Mr. Toby Reynolds Eggy, this is your 45th President Donald Trump, wishing you all the best. I hear you've been putting in that work young man, trucking far, spitting bars, and dancing hard. They trying to hate on a real gamer like ourselves, Eggy? Watch me down this bottle of Jägermeister, and let's get some bass in the Cadillac and rock to some Eggy beats, my nigga.
Let's hotbox this bitch. Driver, take us to McDonald's drive-through. Our boy Big Yoker's bulking Sir Person. Mr. Toby
Wow,
Reynolds,
Mr.
Eggy.
Trump, Mr. Trump. Wow, I can't believe it was a real Donald Trump just called the live stream. Can't believe he's taking time out of his busy day to tap in with a real one. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. President. You know what? I might even be considered to vote for you again, even though you gave all my money to Israel. I might possibly consider it just on account of how kind and generous that message was. Thank you, Mr. Dump, as you have been notarized by the media so many times. Just exactly what Koichi Usamoto would want. Thank McDonald's Big Mac. The president with a big sack. No homo, though, be it. Charles Sigworth. Howdy, howdy. What's up? Nikki YouTube. Have I seen the Limmy Yorker sketch? I don't believe so. Why does Ravies get such a bad rep? I like Arby's. Oh, but enough about Jessica. Well, you know, I gotta say, I really enjoyed Arby's. I really do, actually. One second. Shout out to Bluge. Do I think Rusty Cage is gonna make another Knife Game song? You know, me and Rusty were supposed to make a song together like 2 years ago. It didn't really work out. But I'd be happy to, I would be happy to inspire him. Maybe we could do our own. What kind of... Well, actually, I should say, one time on Trash Rats, we did the AI-generated Knife Game song, and it came out really good. Fuck AI. We could maybe come up with a Knife Game song idea today that maybe would inspire him. Maybe he's gonna rise from the dead. He's gonna sew his head back on backwards like Zoidberg in that particular... was that Bender's Big Break that we just watched? No, was that Hermes? Whoever had their head on backwards, I don't remember. It's been like 2 months ago. Whoever got their head sewed on backwards is going to be Rusty. He's going to be doing backwards Knife Game. That's going to be another level of challenge. I think that's what's going to bring him to the next level on YouTube. Mr. Test, I'm doing well. Hope you are too. Shout out to my homeboy, Crash and Burn 254. We got Mr. Lego in the house. Michelle Paget. Imagine getting the keys to your apartment and as Eggman's cum-crusted waifu pillow. Like I said, I never did that. I found that to be very disrespectful. I held my 2D waifu in a much higher regard than any of these 3D PD roast beefs. So I never would demean her in that way. However, come to think of it, as I was saying, Arby's. I've never felt that their sandwiches were disgusting or anything. I've always felt they were decently edible every time I have them. My one thing with Arby's that always was a little off-putting was I go to Arby's and I go through the drive-thru and I'm getting like 5 things. I don't go there very often, but they used to have like a 5 for $5 or something. But I'd get like a pretty good-sized order for the money at that time. And I pull up to the window and it was already done. They're just like, so it's either they're microwaving it or it's been sitting under heat lamps for several hours to have it all instantly ready. I mean, like, if I'm getting like 5 or 6 things, it should take at least like 2 minutes. If you're a fast food person and I'm the only person in line at Arby's, just like humor me, go walk around a couple laps around the lobby or something. I mean, if I order all this stuff and you just have it right there, it's suspiciously fast. And I'm sure it's probably not very high quality, but I never had any complaints about the how it tasted to me. Penis Mike in the house, aka Larry the White Girl. What's up, Archon rather. I never got into waifu toys, but I got into trading card games heavily. I would say probably better use of your money. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. If you kept your waifus in pristine condition like me, and they were a waifu that people actually were interested in, could have that resale value, but that's human trafficking, so why would you do that? I think trading card games definitely the way to go, plus they resemble my favorite pastime, gambling. You should do a video where you call Rusty Cage at 3 a.m. just like those cringe videos made for kids. Well, I could do that. It's not 3 a.m. right now, but it will be 3 a.m. tonight when I'm at work, so I could call him at work, and he'd probably be like, what's up? And I'd be like, hey, I'm going to record you for a YouTube video, and he'd be like, oh, fuck. Listen, I don't know what he's got going on, but, you know, maybe, I think I would spoil his, whatever he's got going on if I tried to make content of it for like 100 views. What is up, Mr. Cartman? Like Marty says, Eggy, would you be open to a real-life girlfriend if possible, or are you a sworn Volcel? I was Volcel for years, and it was pretty good. Sharpened me like a Japanese katana. Give a couple shout-outs here real quick. Sasquatch Reviews, Ken Chadwick, Bad Goy, Soy Jack in the house. Wear your Jewish hat. I don't have one immediately handy, but I can think of one where one's at. Of course, I've never been opposed to a nice, healthy relationship. Not at all whatsoever. But I also kind of feel like, I don't know, you know, it's, I had a good analogy. I was thinking of this the other day. You know, they say that, they talk about the whole lock and key thing with men and women, like, you know, women get ran through and they're, which is, you know, they get ran through and they're mush. But I kind of feel like maybe possibly dating numerous mentally ill BPD women like year after year, I think I can also have a similar impact on my mind. Like it's kind of the carrot on the stick is not as appealing when you know that you're gonna bite into the carrot and it's like full of razor blades and cyanide. Although sometimes that makes it more appealing. However, though be it, I've never been particularly fond of these quote-unquote toxic relationships. Apparently that's appealing to some people. They like all this intense drama, whatever the fuck it is. It's like, no, I like to sit in my rocking chair with my shotgun and a whiskey lemonade and my big straw hat, and I like to whistle out of the gap in my teeth and chew on a piece of straw, and that's what I want to do 12 hours a day. I'm not trying to do all this weird shit, but just too much weird stuff out there. Makes it a little bit disheartening. Scum sucking Slimer in the house. Am I moving into the trailer yet? I'm gonna say this, which is also why I kind of thought about going live on a work day, because I didn't know. I guess maybe I'll even cut the music for this one. The moving's gonna be coming up within probably the next 2 weeks here. Like, and also just to throw back to what I mentioned a few minutes ago, sometimes it's gonna be hard to get your shit moved properly with not having all the best connections and resources and knowing people or being tapped in with enough people. But there probably is going to be in the near future going to be probably like 1 or 2 weeks of where I'm not going to be posting or going live or anything like that, just because I'm going to be so much going on that it's going to be probably, I could be 1 week, that would be nice, but realistically it could be 2 weeks. So I just wanted to mention that now, because I still think I'm going to be going live this week. I want to, you know, I don't know if I'll be going live around the time of Mr. Cobra's birthday, but I decided that was enough of a reason to still try to fit in a live yet this week outside of this work situation here. So we can do some drink combos, maybe rock out some good metals, some good goth tunes perhaps. But just to be very transparent at this time, when that is occurring, it's probably going to be where I'm not going to be posting anything for a little bit of time. Hopefully not a long time, if at all possible. But that's pretty much the plan of it right now. So I just want to get that mentioned here, in case you are really looking forward to some streams in that time frame. I'll just probably post on the community tab or something, or the Telegram, whatever works best. And be like, yeah, it's going to be a little MIA for a little minute. Okay, so yes, but soon. Very exciting. It's going to be a good time, brethren. What is up, normal username? I don't drink during the work week. Eggy says while his limbs go numb from nerve damage. Well, I talked about it with a guy at work who also, he actually drinks more than me. He drinks like multiple liters of alcohol a week. And he said that that's just, he said you're not getting the type of vitamins and minerals that like you need them to like reactivate your motor functions. So he said like look into Liquid IV or some Gatorade or whatever, like Because, I mean, I've actually haven't really even drank anything like that or V8 or whatever. I used to always drink that stuff after I'd have alcohol. But, like, especially when I drink seltzers and stuff, I just really haven't had hangovers lately, but I just have, like, where all my limbs aren't moving, like, my brain's saying this should move this way, but it's not, like, responding. It's like was having these troubles, like, grabbing and holding things, like, my fingers weren't working right. He told me that that's normal. You just got to get more vitamins and minerals after a night of drinking. So I'm gonna start keeping some more Gatorades around and see how I do. What is up, summer sale, Antichrist denier? Zen says, say this. Hello, Flubberson. BBB, send his brigand. There we are. What is up, Midas? We're doing well, Mr. Patrick Bateman. Are you in Rusty faked in camp like me? Well, I'm just gonna tell you this. I was at work and I didn't have my phone with me or anything like that. I was not looking at my phone. All of a sudden, between like the 4-hour period when I had it and I didn't have it, and then I did have it, I had like numerous missed messages, not from Rusty, but just like from all people wondering what's going on. Numerous missed DMs and things. And then somebody sent me to where Rusty they already did a welfare check on him allegedly, and that it was okay allegedly. So I don't know. I do talk to him every now and then, but I don't talk to him like every single day. So I do not know all the specifics of that situation, but it sounds like he's alive as far as I can tell based on publicly sourced information that I gleaned from the internet. But I have not spoken to him personally in the last few days. Thank you, Midas. I appreciate the support. Trashman says, Bitcoin has hit the all-time high. We are now in price discovery even before the halvening. So this halvening situation with Bitcoin, is that something like sort of how they had Ethereum and Ethereum Classic? Is there going to be like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Classic now? I'm not sure if I'm up on this current information. Have you ever thought about doing a stream from work while driving? Yes, and I will never do that. I thought about it at first for a moment, and then I thought to myself, okay, well, it's going to be completely unviewable and unlistenable because of lag of trying to get cell phone connection while driving in rural area, for one. So if it even stays connected for, let's say, 10 minutes, then it's going to be just maybe if it's looking at the road, people are going to fucking try to backtrack where I'm driving from to try and dox it. If it's looking inside my cab, I wear a particular uniform at work, or I should say, or when I'm driving, I have an embroidered shirt that I wear. So I'd have to do like a tape over that or something, probably still get it doxed instantly for maybe like 15 at max live viewers. And also I couldn't ever interact with the chat for anything, so you'd just be staring at nothing for like 20 minutes until it expires, cuts out and breaks. It just doesn't even make any sense at all. Even if it wouldn't even be a fun way to get myself doxed and fired for my job, so it's just never gonna happen. Eggy, since you are younger and smarter than me, are you able to interpret today's Stone Toss comic? I could look at it. I haven't seen it yet, but I could check it out and see what it do. Big ups, G Charlie, macro aggressor. Eggy, have you heard of this guy, Jacob fucking Jones? He reviews tobacco and he talks a lot like you. Are you related? I might be. I could go check it out and see what it looks like. I would rather end hero than date a BPD Foyd. I would recommend. Well, I can't at all ever recommend that course of action. It's not a good thing to do, of course, obviously, but it will certainly make you wish you were dead if you ever get locked in with one of those total animals. And I can speak from experience on that one. Mr. Chadwick says, can you bring up some cheerful racism into your next stand-up set? Maybe you deliver the waifu story in a stereotypical Japanese accent with taped eyelids. Well, I will say, You know, it definitely was lacking racism for sure. I mean, obviously cheerful racism, as you mentioned. I don't want to necessarily come on stage and be like, holy fuck, you know, when I look at you, I just really make sure that a lot of you need to die right now. Like, I can't even perform right now. This is not even a joke. I'm going to go back out to my car and I'm going to get a fucking firearm. Just stay right the fuck there. I'm locking the doors. You can't get out. Although, actually, that would probably be a good bit. People told me I should go for a little more like the Kinnison angle. Because I know I've got the Kinnison, allegedly. They told me this in the past. I've got some of the Kinnison energy. It's a Wisconsin thing. So maybe, all right, write that down. New bit. Credibly threatened to kill the entire audience. Don't steal that one. You know, you might go to jail if you do, and not for the theft, just for performing it. Mr. Perry in the house. Will you stream where you set a camera beside your vehicle and live stream yourself? I mean, see it. I just want to keep it real. Like, nobody's gonna watch that, and nobody would care to watch that. And anything that would be possibly taken from it would only be of a negative, like trying to like figure out which I already said. I know my address will get figured out, but like, oh, here's my camera just like recording I'm walking back and forth like every 15 minutes with something in my arms. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Like most people don't want to watch me when I'm doing a stream that where I'm putting a lot into it, and that's just nothing. That's just doesn't make any sense. But if you're looking for some kind of adjacently related to me chat, and that's the idea, is that you just want to talk to some people that know who I am. T.me/EggyGram. There is a discussion group on there. It's up to like 44 users now, so that is something that exists. Mr. Slick on top. Yes, we do know about King Cobra smashing that mush. What is up, Dogman Legionnaire? Hope you're doing well, sir. Speaking of Dogman Chili, if you commented on Rusty Cage, yes, I believe I did, even since that message. Big Snod, Big Sand Deep, how is your diabetes? Well, as far as I know, it doesn't exist. I think I'm a picture of perfect health, so I think I'm all good. What is up, Kimo Sabi? Bitcoin is New World Order currency. You will all be slaves and you'll love it. Well, I mean, actually, to be honest, paper currency not backed by gold has already been the New World Order currency, because they can just print gazillions of it every single day with no backing and completely devalue all of our work, which is what they've been doing for many, many years. Many decades, even, as a matter of fact. Once central bank digital currency becomes formalized and enforced by law, personal ownership will be a thing of the past. Well, that is still true. I mean, basically, if you're participating in any facet of modern society at all, it's I think there's been no way to avoid it for a long time. I mean, still cash has that aspect to it, but it's still a worthless fake currency with no backing of any real kind. So what I would recommend, as I have for probably at least 6 years, if not more now, is fuck all that. You should just be investing in real tangible assets, by which I mean things that go pew-pew. And I think probably land is very difficult to get for most people now, but if you got what it takes to still get someone under your name, especially with a lot of pew-pew on that land, that's basically go all for it right now. That's all I could say. Michael Richards style rant. That's pretty good. I mean, if I'm doing another show with Charles and Eric, it's probably not something I'll be able to get posted online, because it'd be just taken down wherever it goes. But I think it would be a good bit though. Because how long was the original Michael Richards clip? I mean, if I really just speed run like all the points in a row without the actual like breathing in between each portion that existed in the unedited original set, I think I could definitely fit that into like 3 or 4 minutes of a 20-minute set. You'll destroy your voice doing Kinnison. Well, frankly, my voice, I don't know if it's just because I'm dying or if I drink too much or whatever it is, but my voice has been a little bit more crinkly recently anyway, so maybe the time is right. And also, I think if I did less live streaming or whatever, if I just really just focused primarily on stand-up, I think my vocal cords could handle, you know, getting rocked a couple times a week. They already do right now with streaming, so. I cannot wait until Cobbs manages to get that hag pregnant. How will that end? Well, King Cobra, he's gonna prove the MGTOW right once and for all. What's up, YouTube? So, Jessica took all of my YouTube money. YouTube garnished my Juan money and my super chats to pay for Jason's child support. I'm like, dude, like, you could come over to my apartment and I've got food here. I've got 400 pounds of tactical soap left over from the last 8 years. Like, I've got everything you need, dude. Like, I don't understand why she has to take all my YouTube money. Like, I'm fucking sick of it, dude. Getting back on that, whatever live stream he was on with that MGTOW thought leader. I'm thinking, you know, we're going to see it right before our very eyes. A fully developed red pill in the house. In fact, you should probably call him Jason Red Pill Saunders because he's going to be a walking, talking red pill. What it do, Uncono? Spastic says, my back hurts and a friend ghosted me on Discord. Hashtag it's over. What did Rusty do, Marge? What happened to Rusty? I'm autistic and I do not understand. Well, without having watched his live broadcast, from my understanding, he went live for an hour and then he kneeled down into his guillotine and pulled the rope, and then there was like a noise and what sounded, it appeared to be like blood spurting out of a neck, and then it like sat like that for some like 20 minutes or something, and then the camera cut. But apparently during the stream, he said like, I'm gonna put a watermelon in and see how the guillotine works. But then it like appeared to be his head instead. I don't know. But also, it was directed in this meta conversation that at the very beginning of his very first guillotine video from last year, I believe it was, it says, whatever happens throughout the course of this video series, no real people will ever be harmed. But I think, like many people, such as myself, I took that as a irony because I thought maybe at the end of the series, they would be loading a conga line of P asterisk Letitians and B asterisk Unkers directly into the lemonade stand for a very thirst-quenching day. But who's to say? Shout out to homeboy Ed360, Absolute Zero. Have I written any new stand-up material yet? Not really. I mean, to be fair, I wrote that entire set like basically directly before coming out onto stage. But I don't want to do, I mean, there's such a thing as improv comedy, and that's not what I want to do for my set. But I did take to heart, I think one of the top comments on the stand-up, it was like, this is good, but nobody could ever relate to this fucking autistic incel material. Like, you got what it takes, but you gotta load up that normal stuff. So I think, you know, that's probably, if I want to do real shows, I think it's going to be what it is. Be like, hey guys, how we doing tonight? You know, there's no actual applause or whatever, but so I tell you, I was just watching the big game the other day, and oh my goodness, it's so good to eat corn syrup while I watch it. Is anybody else eat some corn syrup while you watch the big game? Wow. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, but don't worry about it because I got Ozempic. And then I went to my beautiful black Latinx of size, plus size queen. She just came over from Haiti. We got any Haitians in the crowd? Wow. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Joe Biden. All right. So, you know, as soon as I took that Ozempic, I just shit out my entire intestines and I was in such a loss of blood. I was so dazed and confused that I was able to sexually satisfy my Hispanic Latinx African Haitian queen of size. Woo! Yeah, I couldn't tell what I was looking at. And then actually, it turns out it was actually a rhinoceros. Woo! Yeah, listen, it's 2024. When are we going to legalize that? We need some of that right now. I mean, we got all these animals. Like, who needs, you know, we got all these problems with marriage. Why not animals? Woo! I think normal people could really relate to that, and I think it's going to get a lot of applause. I think a lot of television executives will stand me to that and want to sign me up real quick. I might be out here doing the next Oscars or whatever that one that was the other day where the naked guy was there. The Kramer racist rap, a certified YouTube classic. That is true. I wish they hadn't edited out the crowd laughter. It's awkward without it. Well, just for the record, there was no microphones or anything. The only recording thing was the microphone in my hand, and it was extremely sensitive to where, or I should say, actually opposite of that. You had to like come right up on it. However, having actually performed that set and then watching back the footage, I think I actually like it better where you can't hear the people because I think it makes it more Lynchian. Just like total, like you're not, like you as the viewer are seeing no positive reinforcement from the audience whatsoever, and I think that's because if I hadn't got that actual positive reinforcement that I actually really did get when I was doing it, I probably would have had a little bit harder time maintaining, probably would have been a little bit hotter under the collar. So I think the juxtaposition of we can't hear anything that's going on in the audience, I think that makes it a little more kino, in my personal opinion. But when you don't have the comparison to make, I understand it might take a little bit of the punch out of the energy of the recording, for sure. Thoughts on Jaeger emailing Blade and saying, you better drink some Jaeger, boy? Well, to be honest, when I saw it, I did laugh. But I think it's good that Blade is maintaining his sobriety. I think he's on the right path, and I think that he should probably sue Jägermeister for, I think he's got a case. I mean, he's a suffering, recovering addict. They're over here, they're sending him all kinds of begging to drink emails. That sounds like it should be violating some kind of decency act. So I think he should try and shake him down. That's true. I was thinking to myself, I believe that Puff Saunders actually was reported missing on the day that the LSMS channel was terminated. So really, there was a lot of death going on. The body cam video, I thought you were talking about Rusty Cage, bloody body cam video. I did not. I got, like I said, I mean, it's like, I looked at it, I'm like 90 minutes. Listen, it's still the work week. I'm still working 45 hours. I need to do other things with my time, with all due respect, but I wanted to go live a little bit. I had laundry and things to do. I had to go grocery shopping. I had to wash my car. I had to do other cleaning and preparations for my trailer move in the near future. And when I did have some of it on, it wasn't very engaging. I was like, if I'm going to have something on in the background, it better be 24 hours of Nintendo facts to fall asleep to. I mean, that's just what I need to be listening to really enrich myself for the day. No hard feelings, though. Bad guy in the house. I'm back. My phone died. Now it's charging. Anyway, your chill attitude has convinced me more than ever that he is fine. Then knowing he faked his death and Monkey helped him do it before you blew his cover. Like I said, I have not spoken to him for, I don't know, maybe if I had to guess, I probably talked to him like 3 weeks ago, maybe. So we don't talk all the time. We talk every now and then, but apparently they've been sending the police to his house, and the police said that he's alive. So that's the word I'll take. However, you know, I think I'm trying to think of how I would phrase this, because it's probably gonna sound bad. Because I was gonna be like, well, you could probably just go deliver him a nice bottle of Buffalo Trace whiskey. Go put like a bottle of Buffalo Trace whiskey in his front yard with like a cardboard box over it and a stick with a thing, and just see if he comes out, and you can trap him in the box. But I want to clarify, I'm not actually saying that people should go to his house, because in light of whatever's occurred recently, they might think about doing that. So for the record, don't do that. However, in a hypothetical rhetorical situation, that would probably be a good way to find him. That's what's up, DKaz. Hope you're having a good sesh. Big ups, Papa Perez. You stand up with something different, bro. I never liked stand up in the way you did it. Made me like it. Well, that might possibly be the best compliment I've received so far. Thank you, Mr. Zero. I appreciate that. Yeah, you have to pay it to the normie mind a little bit. I agree with that comment. You are a good storyteller overall, though. Keep it up. Appreciate it. No need to be a mid-comedian that relies on crowd work because of some comments. Well, I'm just going to say this. I mean, it was literally, I've never even done a single open mic of that kind. I mean, I've done like open mic music, but I've never, and like karaoke vocal covers, but I've never done any kind of stand-up ever. First time ever. No warm-up, no prep, no testing an audience. No, it was just straight up from the heart. So that might have made it a little different, but yes, I do intend to actually fine-tune. It was so heat of the moment, like it was kind of just sprung on me. I was already on my way, like I was flying to Rhode Island, and all of a sudden they're like, boom, we're doing stand-up, you want in? And I'm like, okay, sure. I trans-heart my parasocial relationship with Eggy, many such cases. Have you hung out with Eric Hayden? Is he cool? Yes. Tried to see you on the stand-up grind set. I don't mind public speaking or social stuff, but if I was on stage trying to be funny, I don't know if I'd have the nuts, man. Well, I could say I'm a very fortunate man. You know, when you have an IQ of 50, yes, Jägermeister was a dumbass. Thought you had actually an unresponsive audience. Well, you would. It definitely seemed that way for sure. Yeah, I don't think you could know. Like, unless if they end up releasing the whole entire full recording with me, Eric, and Charles on YouTube or something, and they have a disclaimer, which they very well might, because otherwise people might be like, but with that being said, I also want to say that I believe I was probably the loudest laughing and cheering member of the audience, but I might have just been autistic, and it might have been in bad taste. It'd be like, Charles tells his joke, and everyone's like, sensible chuckle, and I'd be like, oh, that's right, talk to him, Chuck, let's go. And everyone's like, yes. But then again, I mean, it's kind of hard, like when Eric was doing his sets, there was like defined parts, you know. It'd be like, oh, and you know, da 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 da, and that reminds me of it. And then, you know, whereas like Charles, he's just like, crazy. Oh my God, it's crazy. Oh, I mean, I don't want to. I mean, it's not the same when he does it, so I'm just gonna spoil one of his bits. I'm gonna spoil one because I just need an example here. Okay, it's crazy. You know, I was married to Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein had a pussy, and I raped Albert Einstein. I remember when I was raping him. Oh, it was good. It was insane. When I was married to Albert Einstein, I was raping him. So he just goes on, like he pivots to different stuff. And it's not so much of a necessarily like defined like start and finish on his bits. I mean, it was a good bit overall for sure. Like he was going. It was a real roller coaster. I'll say that. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these YouTube chat lately. I mean, obviously it's always had its issues, but this whole like strange loading thing. Maybe it's because I still have ad block on. They're trying to denigrate my YouTube experience because I'm not giving them all them views for money. What is up, Italo Disco fan? Thank you, Mr. Zero. I appreciate that. Whose signature is on this hat? Well, if I have my receipt here, I know. There's some Italian guy whose name I forgot. He's probably like the most famous race car driver that ever lived, and I'm just such a fucking poser. I have no idea at all. I wonder if I still have my receipt. I should have it. And see, I have autism, so when I think of something, I can't ever get away from it, so I'm going to see if I can find it here. Okay, this looks about right. Oh, nope, it's not right. Huh. These nice. Well, I mean, I bought this on Grail, didn't I? Oh, here we go. Nope, that's the other Ferrari. Okay, we're almost there. June 2021. It was a vintage 2000s Marlboro Ferrari F1 hat. I don't know. Maybe this receipt doesn't have it. Well, I might just not even know. I might just literally have no idea. I thought I did know. Yeah. Well, that's all I know. Is that it's a vintage 2000s Marlboro F1 hat. That wasn't even stand-up. You were just live streaming IRL. It's funny, it's really interesting how some people, they say, that my live streams just aren't their taste, and I understand that, but I will say all these years of streaming certainly has made me a very confident public speaker. I think my confidence and personality have never been so showered in haircut mode. I'm coming fresh and clean, mean on the scene, with a perspective that's keen. Do I remember Forever Alone Feels, a.k.a. Georgie Boy? Yes, I do still see him around from time to time on the tubes, as far as I know. Sambo Marvin in the house says, please pray for my mother. She has fractured her wrist. Got you, brother. What is up, Keto22? Eggy says, what you were doing earlier making fun of Slappas would have been Kino's Fuck Live. Just shitting on the Normie Live audience for the sake of the VOD audience like Sam Hyde. Well, I mean, the ice has been broken, so to speak, so from here on out, I could just become an absolute menace. But I do want more refined material for my stand-up still. I just feel like that's better. I thought about also just coming out and being a total spastic for this, but it's like I have no reference material, so all you're gonna have to reference for my stage presence is being a total spastic, and I felt like that'd be kind of try hard and it would just make everybody uncomfortable. So I'm like, I'm just gonna just be myself, and we need to just kick that door in a little bit, get that first that first brick laid, so to speak, and then we can just start doing some crazy shit. Bipolar Abusive X, what's up, Eggy? Would you prefer morning shift if you were able to get one for driving? Yes, absolutely. If I was not moving, I actually could have just changed to working at, going in to work at 5 a.m. I could have actually just changed to that. But since I'm planning on moving, it wouldn't make any sense. I wouldn't even get a single day of a new shift in at all before I'd be on some other stuff. What does the rest of 2024 hold for me? Well, let me think. Shout out to My Little Pony Shalhoub, Bow Down 97. I'm going to say what would be really probably the best case scenario from here on out. I get into my trailer. I get started on some kind of new work. Well, I guess I would like to take some time to LDAR a little bit, but which I mean, just really just some relaxation time. It might be a little bit of LDAR in there, but just like a little bit of a breather from the wagey life for a little minute. And get back to work. Probably just something, I think I'm probably gonna, it's likely I would end up working more hours at my next position, just for total, like, absolute financial security. To where it could have an impact on internet stuff, but I would say probably taking some time to work more on offline creative pursuits. If I'm liking the stand-up, keep rocking that way. Some actual music. It'd be something more just normal, like a more normal life, just very standard wagey living, low impact, kind of like pseudo internet retirement, kind of going into like game plan, getting it set for the next however many years I have left to live. Just really low impact, chiller, put out some creative stuff from time to time, but not like not like a consistent, continuous online presence. Just really more to the offline, wagey type of living. But that's, unless like World War III happens or something totally crazy happens, there's new COVID or whatever, that's all definitely all on the table. Disruption is very possible, but let's say nothing particularly super disruptive in the immediate future. That's kind of where my mind is trending right now. Thoughts on Gamergate 2.0. Do gamers have more to lose? I think they do. My biggest concern with Gamergate 2.0 right now is the fact that it's kind of based around Steam. Like, that's where, like, the first fires were started on this one. Because Steam, obviously, is sort of like it's been a holdout for real hashtag-based, hashtag red-pilled gamers to have some reprieve from the woke libtards. At least as far as I know, there's definitely a lot of forums and stuff where you get banned, but at least like you can kind of still have your space on your page. You can put what you want on there, and you can chat how you want to chat in your chats, things like that. I feel like it could incense the mob to want to really do a lot of damage to Steam, and then it's like it sucks because then it's really not. I mean, the internet's so dead. Like, even that last little bit of kind of halfway decentness. So that's my main concern probably right now. But I mean, as far as actual games and stuff go, I don't know, things have been pretty fried. But there's still some good stuff out there though, but they want to kill all of it. Thoughts on Based Shaman brought you on one of his streams and he acted all sussy. Well, me and Based Shaman, we used to get along pretty good once upon a time. He did like multiple videos about me once upon a time. He used to come in my streams. He would donate pretty regularly. But then it was kind of like, how would I put it? A lot of people, they had to become superior to other people. Like, I just, what I mean by that is like, I'm somebody who is really seen as like reprehensible and just total scum. So like palling around with me would be a bad look, I think. And so he kind of, instead of like being more of like, oh, I understand what he's talking about. Oh, I kind of feel what he's talking about. It's more like, oh, never mind. That guy's a freak. Fuck that freak. That guy's a freak. Never mind. I don't have anything to say about him. But he's, I don't think he's ever necessarily like insulted me like that. But it was kind of like, take multiple steps back. I'm gonna just kind of leave him over there. Let's not talk about him anymore because if I nothing good to say about him. So you just leave him over there and in the dustbin. Let's talk about Chris Chan some more. So it's like I get it because I mean obviously I'm sure he probably makes a living off of YouTube and he wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize that. So that kind of seems what it'd be. I like there's people too try freestyling a stand-up set, see how it goes. I could certainly do that at an open mic and just give it a try for sure. But kind of the same thing with even like a freestyle too. I don't need like I don't need all this material, but I just need like if I get some kind of start, like an idea like, I don't know, car tires or something, I could try to go off of something, I don't know, just a first topic, like whose line is it anyway kind of thing. It's just like a little topic, a little something to get me started, and I think I could probably give that a try. And it would probably be a good idea because it would really sharpen my on-stage abilities too. But if I'm only doing like one open mic for 5 minutes a week, I might need to try and optimize what that time is going to be used for because there's only so much of that to go around. So maybe once or twice, but I probably, spend more time sharpening actual bits first, maybe. What's up, WebM Aristocrat, Spice Bear, Stan, how do you do? Cover Corporation announced it is opening a USA-based office in California. It's over for Hollow Live, isn't it? Well, I would certainly say that is a step in the over direction. You like online too much? Don't leave us. What's up, Kenny? Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. What's up, Charles? Canover. Well, I mean, for me, it's just like this too. Because as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about the direction everything's going, where I'm moving, and I've been working a job now for quite a while, almost 2 years, or over a year and a half anyway. Stand-up has shown potential. I'm here, I'm getting so old. I'm actually at the age where people are becoming grandparents and stuff, and I'm over here just doing my thing, just solo dolo in the middle of isolation. I just think it's time. I think it's going to be a good restructuring point. Where I should start really restructuring my life, really kind of going bits by bits and just figuring out what a man who is in his mid to late 30s should be doing with his life. Like a real shift change, a real just moving in a different direction. I think that it's going to be a lot of that moving forward in this year. And I would imagine, I just can't say for sure right now, but like I said, best case scenario where everything's perfect and there's no World War III blows it all up all of a sudden with nukes or whatever. I think it's going to be just more what I would imagine a normal person does and less of what I have been doing for the last multiple years. I mean, I'm still going to be who I am, but I can't change who I am, but just not being I guess I kind of said what I already said, but when I imagine what the average 40-year-old man does, I'm gonna go totally into emulating that. I'm gonna really aim for that, just whatever the average rural 40-year-old man who works on his car or works on his truck or whatever and fucking paints wooden ducks in his garage or whatever they do. That direction, I'm focusing in on that, and then also some music and stand-up and things. Thank you, Sam Marv. I appreciate that. Coffee Brewed, Jimmy Dean 8. Eggman White Show streaming. Incel Rage Brewing. Perfect day. Do you regret not finishing your college degree? I think it would have. I don't think it would have panned out anyway. So no. I mean, a general degree maybe, but at the same time, everybody I knew who went to college, like they all got fucked because, like, if you're going to college, I just don't think it would have, because in college you need to be. Your degree comes secondary to your social connections, and if there's one thing I had less than anything, it was social connections. I mean, I kind of felt like I could present myself well and everything, but it just was like they didn't really care about that. They didn't care. You could present yourself well. You could come in and fresh and clean and all this and really good outfit and have all your whatever prepared. But they're coming there saying, who knows you? Like, it's not, we see this is what you're telling us, but we need people that have, we need people of essence, we need people of status, people of known achievements. They need to say that they know you. They need to say that they're standing behind you and they're gonna co-sign on you being who we need. And I did not have that. So it was like, that's just how it was never going to work. And even besides the fact that I didn't care for it very much, it just it was like a stop loss for me to just get it out of there. Because there's a lot of people I knew who went to college and they ran into that exact same situation where they graduated in something, and the only way that they were going to get employment for what they were trying to get into is that they basically had to be friends with the family of this guy and friends of the family of this guy. They had to go, they needed to be on a sports team with this guy's kid, and all this stuff that they didn't do because they were just so focused on, oh, let me just get the good grades and let me graduate. But then you could find jobs where that experience helps. But if you're like really aiming for the prime career for some of these degrees, it could be very difficult. And I don't know if that's gotten any better. This was years ago at this point. I haven't known people in my real life that were graduating from college for many years because of that age. Are nuclear weapons real? The seed of doubt has been planted in me. Once you take the nukes aren't real pill, everything makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that pill. I mean, I think that they're certainly, I think they're overblown, no pun intended. Because if we've had such a competency crisis in this country for so many years, it's sort of like, okay, then who's been maintaining the nukes? Or it's my understanding we need some kind, but then that's also concerning if we have a bunch of unmaintained nuclear weapons that might be fucking leaking out somewhere. And nuclear energy is real. Are we going to agree on that? I mean, we had the Fukushima in our lifetime where it's everybody that's been living over there has been poisoned, all the fish died and everything. And does that make any sense or was that a cover-up? I guess the nukes aren't real pill. You're really putting something new in my eyes and ears right now. I'm not sure if I know too much about that one. What's up, Blued? Do I know Zach Farlow? That does not sound familiar. What's up, Delusional Alchemist? Have I seen the Matrix movie? Yes, I have. Watch my videos in my playlist, please. Alright, I'll check it out. Actually, I'll copy it down and I'll get to it shortly. You should make more raps. I feel like you have a lot of material built up. Well, I mean, even like now, I actually like, that's a way that I kind of pass time while I'm driving is, I I'll freestyle probably like 100 songs a day, just like out of boredom as I'm driving, if I don't have anything to listen to on the radio or podcasts or anything like that. But I just do not have, other than the project, I'm thinking of this project that I'm working on and I'm finishing up, the Party's Over project, which I think will be symbolic. I didn't have the trailer or anything together back when I started putting it together. But I think it's gonna all come together. It's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, it's gonna be like I'm putting a lot into it, and it's gonna be like, boom, here we go. Last project. Like I said, maybe little things here or there in the future, but I otherwise haven't had any desire. Like, I don't really have passion for music anymore. I just fell out of love with it. It kind of. Doesn't appeal to me as much anymore, other than this last project that I'm working on. And once I get that done, I think it'll be a good segue into the next part of my life. But I mean, it's still something fun to do in my free time. But for like sitting and really working on it, studio time, other than this, the one that I've been working on, I just don't really feel motivated or inclined to really do it anymore. What is up, Slime Privilege? Shouts to my homeboy Reginald Scar, Mr. MF Doomer TV. We've made a video about how general relativity and special relativity are fake and gay. Okay. AI is taking over everything. Thoughts? Well, that's also, I'm going to say that too. I mean, just to keep it real, I think it's kind of cool, but I also, that really doubly makes it so that I don't have any desire to create anything that isn't like live and improv, because AI can just do that now. I mean, it's me, but that's just kind of how I feel. I'm like, if you spend time creating something that is a digital art or a digital music or whatever, somebody else can just do it in 5 seconds with a fucking Chinese TikTok AI app. So that takes a lot of desire to want to try to create things like that. Also, because it's been moving at such a fast rate too that it's going to be like a month out from now, and you can just type in like one word and it's going to create like 50 albums of professional music. So it's like, to me, it just kind of makes it like, so it doesn't make sense to even do it unless it's like something live or improv where it can't be artificial. It has to be obviously known that it's real. The AI surge pricing for fast food, probably the most devastating blow for me personally, because when it's 7 p.m. on a Friday night and I'm enjoying some of that good Arnie's, and I really just need a nice, fresh, piping hot Pizza Hut pizza, not a sponsor, though be it, and all of a sudden AI pricing is going to make it cost $7,000. Am I supposed to just starve? It's over. Brutal pizza pill. In this disgusting society, you'll have to go for Sam Hyde, autistic demographic. Mainstream society will never let you in. Well, it's kind of like I said. I mean, to be honest, I'm not saying I necessarily agree with that, but it is my general opinion that at my age, in this place that I'm going to be at in life, that it just doesn't make, it's going to be where it doesn't make any sense to try and keep doing what I've been doing. You know what I mean? It's just you kind of get to an age where when you're pushing 40 years old and you're doing TikTok Fortnite dances and all this shit, it's like, okay, I mean, it just makes sense. There's a hand on your shoulder. It's like, all right, it's been a good run, but it's time for something else. And then maybe doubly so if it's like, if you're already stamped as a freak, then why keep banging your head against the wall when there's a whole other world of life to live? You know what I mean? Thoughts on a mulatto Caesar leading mud hordes and incidentally taking out tunnel rat power? Well, now that's a movie I would watch, even if it is AI generated. Am I currently Uber driving tendies to your house and this is a pre-recorded stream? Well, in fact, that is not true, but it also reminds me, Jacob fucking Jones, all right, before I forget about this. Apparently this guy is allegedly, looks like he's related to me. Let me check him out real quick.
Guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. Menthol, pop capsule cigarettes from Mexico, all lit up. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know how the cigarettes actually are. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my final thoughts on these cigarettes. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and give them a rating as well. But first off, as said, we got to cover the packaging.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I don't really see the resemblance at all whatsoever. Maybe he's from some area that he's from North Carolina, so nope, not even. So yeah, I don't see the resemblance, and I don't believe I'm related to this person. Yes, however, of course, I will still work with Mr. Simeon Jimmy on anything that he's cooking up. That's most definitely true. I don't think AI will make music. I had some app come up in my feed. I don't know. I didn't try it. It might just be clickbait or whatever, but it was some like where it makes it in the style of something. And actually, no, I'm pretty sure I did see something about it on YouTube too. But whatever it was, I mean, it was not perfect, of course, but it was extremely good and just off of like a single prompt. It was pretty insane. It basically just took like where ChatGPT, write a song of this in this style, and then just kind of used appropriate vocal filters or whatever to take like a text to speech and make it into an actual singing song. I think by the end of the year, you'll be able to type in like a single word into some AI thing, and it's gonna make like a whole professional song that sounds as good as anything that any studio could do. I think it's extremely close. Like they're really close to breaking the barrier on it, because if they could do that where it's a single prompt equals the whole song full of lyrics, and also they could filter it in style. They could do basic audio compression and things probably just as easily. There's no reason that it couldn't all be bundled together. Maybe that's an idea. Somebody could steal that right now, because all of those things, all of those portions exist separately, and I think they could all come together very easily. But shout out to Habibi124. For your old man hobby, you should paint miniature dioramas in your free time instead of wooden ducks. That is a good idea. And it would also be a good thing to keep my motor skills intact, because I've been wrecking the fuck out of those. Too much of that good Arnie's, I tell you what. Some things that require precision, that would probably be a very good hobby for me to have. Mr. Green Dust, hope you're doing well, sir. Thank you. If fucking Boogie can settle down into a regular life and do a regular podcast, you can too. I mean, obviously Boogie has some very admirable aspects of his life, no doubt about that. But I'm not sure if that's what I should be striving to be. Shout out to Dylan B. Shout out to All Fields. Eggy, it's time to take shit eating professionally. It's time to take back the future. Push the envelope. Let grown man push out chocolate classic on a plate for you to devour, hot dog Lizzie. Yeah, I'm thinking probably not. I think probably going to be a no on that one. RS Nerd 008 in the house. I did receive a Steam notification. Big ups Queeg, big ups Shorby. Man, G Charlie says, I need to go to sleep, Eggy. Rabbi Ezra Shekel Stein needs his 5th catamaran waxed and shined before he brings his harem of white, not so of age, semi-alive bioholes out to Epstein's archipelago. Well, I do hear that he does need that. That's true. Let me see what this Steam gift is all about here. We received a gift from Eli. Good Night, Peregrine. A short experimental visual novel where you spend time with the titular Perry, a shut-in, recluse, incel gamer, and his friends. Meet a colorful cast of characters in a strange world much like our own. There is no happy ending to this game. Oh my, wait a second. And this video game is literally me, says Shorby. And he says, and here's a link, by the way. This might be the new literally me, though, be it. This guy kind of looks, I'm not sure about him. Looks like he's some kind of furry. So I'm not sure if I'm feeling that, but I think I might need to do a let's play of this game. It looks like it might be kind of freakish, but he does sound like literally me, though, be it. Let me see what this link is, however. Uh-oh. China Mac threatened by blood from Georgia for Miko worldwide situation. Well, it seems like the Miko worldwide situation was just yesterday. For those who don't recall that great time in cultural history, YouTuber Miko Worldwide, who would regularly fly around the world to do hood vlogs in many different slums of many different countries. It turns out that Miko Worldwide, he was a straight up cheek hunting bandit. Oh my Fauci, he was straight up looking for man cheek, and they said not always of age. He was going to the slums. He was in Rio de Janeiro looking for pool boys, and he was trying to get a healthy dose of plenty of man butt. So once it was found out that he was a sicko, basically everybody went against him, and here's a clip from that time.
All them in prison right now. They had you booty right, nigga. Son of Mac, you want to call this nigga a child molester? I had you butt fucked, nigga, by the Crips. My cousin is Nipsey motherfucking Hussle. You got me up. Son of Mac.
Well, it does seem to be completely relevant to the situation, as I recall. They do be thugging it out, however. I think that was General Barbecue. I think he's just walked across the Mexican border right now, so you better be careful. I'm not going down there personally. All right, where's that Show Eggy playlist? Yes, there we are. Looks like music. I thought this was shorts.
A 4-foot dwarf fought a female porn star in what was arguably the most bizarre mixed martial arts match in epic fighting championship history. The fight was between Majit Suleimanov and Alexandra Puskin. Within 15 seconds of round 1, Majit performed a takedown against his opponent. In round 2, Majit completely dominated despite his height difference, and shockingly, in round 3, there was a female interference on behalf of Puskin, making it a handicap fight.
Oh my lord, just as I suspected, Manlets can't have a single victory before fucking Floyd Roasty has to come over and fix the match. Oh. Needs to be more like Boogie. I mean, Boogie, I guess you ought to be honest, he does mog the shit out of me. How do you cope with Susan fucking your shit up repeatedly? Well, I think I was back on YouTube for like 2 weeks, and I was already just hitting the same peak numbers that I'd been hitting for the last like 3 years. So the secret is just never get huge numbers to begin with. I mean, I feel like my numbers are pretty good. You know, I scroll through a lot of people with a lot lower numbers every day, and I'm not to make it a competition, but I've never felt lacking. But yeah, just if you never get that far to begin with, when you have to restart constantly, you know what? And you're all good to go. My go-to Culver's order, well, I get these coupon sheets and it's still good for the next 2 months. It seems like this is an outrageous deal. They must be cutting corners somewhere. I can get Culver's Double Deluxe Butter Burgers for $4 with this coupon I get. And I thought for sure, because the last one expired in February, so I thought the next time I get my Culver's coupon sheets, there's no way it's still going to be $4 Butter Burger. I mean, like 2 years ago it was $2.50, so I understand it's still going up. But I mean, like the burgers themselves without the coupon, they're like $9 or $10 for a burger without the coupon. So it's still a relatively good deal with where fast food is nowadays. But I just get that straight, just like that. You know, it doesn't need anything else. And plus, they're like 1,000 calories per, or however much per one of those burgers anyway. So I could eat like half for one meal and half for the other meal, and that's like enough to satisfy. If I eat like a whole one of those burgers, even just by itself, I get that like good grease coma. I gotta be careful when I eat those, because if I bring one to work and eat it, then I'm slacking. I'm on the road like this. It's all that my arteries are clogging like crazy. All right, let's continue.
The fight only lasted 2 rounds, but the commentators had plenty of fun, making fun of the worst strikes ever seen.
Are men and women equal?
I don't know at this point. Actually, women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, just everything. Everything is brought to by
More
women.
vibes. Okay, talk to him.
Disagree. You say that men bring nothing in the world. Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy,
that's right,
every
that's
building
right.
you walk into, the camera that's filming you right now, the microphone you're speaking to, everything is built, maintained, and it's still maintained to this day through men. Hardworking men.
I love how he's mansplaining this to me.
No,
That's
I'm serious that the way that you are portraying your ideas and opinions is through technology and infrastructure and an economy and a nation that was not only built, but it's still maintained to this day by men.
I cheated on my ex.
Yeah, I hurt him a lot because I'm also his first girlfriend and everything.
What was it that made you want to cheat on him?
I always wanted to like self-destruct, self-sabotage, but he was like best boyfriend. He treated me right.
Well, I know these are just meme videos and everything, you know, like like TikToks, but however, there is a good truth and knowledge there that if you're with some kind of self-sabotaging woman, just walk away, get away from it. Just leave it behind, block everything, throw all her shit out on the curb, leave. Yes, you think it's not going to be that bad. It is. Just get the fuck away instantly, as soon as possible, and as fully as possible.
I don't know what happened, and that's my biggest regret.
Since our separation, I've been with someone who is better in bed. So Jen, after the breakup, there was someone else who was even better.
When we broke up, I was with someone that just gave me everything in the short amount of time that for 8 years I couldn't even feel with him.
I thought I gave my all, because that's all I knew.
We're like almost 30 now, like we should have like a family and kids. But I mean, like it's expected of me to have family and kids.
We don't care. We don't care. She belongs to the streets.
We're not letting those muscles discourage us at all.
To get to the island, the women have no choice but to swim to the shore in the clothes they're wearing.
Mulatto Caesar is growing up on these sort of basic bitch red pill videos as we speak. Well, you know, I'll say this much at least. Maybe I won't comment on it right now because I got a couple more of these shorts, but let me remind myself I'm going to come back to something I want to speak on kind of in that vein. But let's finish this first.
No dry clothes and no fire. It's gonna take hours.
We got zero
Woman
sleep
sisters,
last
I don't know if I
night.
feel
We
so
stayed
good
up
right
the
now.
entire night, and we haven't had fire because it rained and put it out, so now we haven't eaten. I have no shame. Like, I've never been so miserable. I couldn't get my tail over there to that fire fast enough. Come on, guys.
We got Michael B.
I'm
We're not letting those muscles discourage us.
I'm not going to counter signal the end of that video there, but
We
however,
got Michael B.
not sure if I really saw the women providing anything of value in that video at all, but that's just me. But I'm not going to counter signal the message because that's lay bad. All right, continuing.
Jordan. And you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to science in Newark, okay?
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. We used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
Oh, that's kind of a straight. Why should say he's killing things? Didn't this guy get killed? I think she probably came up behind him with a vaccine right to the jugular when he wasn't paying attention.
Out here. You're not corny anymore.
Life's too short to exercise.
And lastly, a real classic right here, fat Ethan Klein, one of the most disgusting creatures that's ever lived. Let's see what he's got to say.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just gonna be honest. There are so many better things to do than exercise. We have finite time on this earth. And like, this is what I'm saying. The exercise is such a conspiracy.
Those were some motivational videos courtesy of Mr. Shapiro Dead King. Thank you, Mr. Shapiro Dead King. I do appreciate that very much. It's good because I have not been of a great motivated myself lately, so it's good to have some good motivational reminders. Can you please show the photo I sent you of Sneed strangling George Floyd with his ass cheeks for the culture? Well, to be quite sincerely honest, that Sneed ass on YouTube could possibly be considered pornography, but I think you could probably take that description and find it on Google Images with some ease. Do I like bowling? I would say that I do, yes. I probably go out and bowl a couple times a month on average. So true, Mr. Slimer, so true. What's up, AOR? Alright, so this is kind of a tangent I've gone on before, but so Ken Chadwick earlier in the chat said Mulatto Caesar is growing up on these basic bitch red pill videos as we speak. It just reminds me of, you know, when I was a young man, when I was a teenager, even in my early 20s, you know, there just was not anything even, I mean, at the most you had like these PUA mystery, whatever his name was, walking around in like a full clown suit or whatever, saying like, oh, I'm peacocking, bro, just peacock, bro. Like, there was none of this kind of what it is now, like no information, like you just, there was such a denial of reality constantly, time and time again. Just, you would be left in the dark over and over again trying to figure these kind of things out. Nobody talked about these sort of things. It was a completely alien and foreign subject. If you ever tried to address this subject in any kind of discussion, in the same way, I will say this, it is kind of is now, if you even mentioned it, it would imply that you had some kind of difficulty. If you ever brought it up, it would imply that you weren't able to just make it work like you were, like everybody thought you should. That everything should just fall into place, and if it's not just falling into place, you're some kind of freak, and then they would shun you for being a freak. But just compared to now, where these videos get millions and millions of views constantly on every social media platform, it really is just such a shift. And I have to imagine that hopefully the fact that younger people are able to get some kind of greater education on these things than we did growing up, because like you were just totally fried, totally like it's you were sent out totally unequipped. You got no knowledge, no education, no inclination, and you were kept in the dark really intentionally, because then as a result, those people who were in the know or that were of means, they were able to totally blindside you and just take you for everything, totally fucking run you directly into the ground because you weren't on a level playing field of education, which then was able to be provided eventually. It trickled out in time through statistics and things of that nature that were suppressed. However, even with that being said, I think at the end of the day, I feel like overall technology and the grand interneting have been a complete disaster and totally destroyed everything. I'm saying this now before next year when AI is going to just completely be running the entire world. I'm sticking to the LSMS. Listen, it's been 3 years since I talked about LSMS, so just know that I was feeling it. No, actually, not 3 years. Sorry, 2 years. 2 years since I was talking about LSMS. Especially now, like as I continue on, move forward with listening to how these Zoomers are nowadays. I take time every now and then to check out these compilations of teachers posting on Reddit saying that all the young people have totally mentally checked out. Their brain has been raised entirely on TikTok and nothing else. Like they're not even. They basically, if you would happen to ever take their phone away from them, they sit there and drool. They can't read or write at 18 years old because they've just been TikTok dancing since they were born. Which, to be honest, it really is it's like an evolutionary strategy because the world we live in, everything's just fake and gay. So it's like being the best TikTok dancer is probably a greater source of overall success than anything that the quote-unquote normal society could provide you. But it is still my old man perspective that it seems like shit's really fried. Will the upcoming hiatus be trailer related? Yes. Tangents and rants, while the most Kino City Pop compliments the pure emotion being shared with us is what I needed today. Thanks, Eggy Gang. Smash that like button. Appreciate it. Well, it's true. And people tell me, like, I got that comment a lot through the years. People would be like, this is what happens when you absorb 4chan. This guy just absorbed 4chan entirely. And I'm like, well, let's see here. I was a latchkey kid, and then I was a petty thief and criminal, and then I decided to choose spending some time on the internet versus continuing to commit crime, which I think was the right choice, but it's like, then that's all that's about all it was fuck off, I'm playing my MMOs, so you can keep your distance. And I was more than happy to drop out of school to do it. In fact, if anything, I've been thinking about it lately, because like I said, I'm at this age where I'm almost 40 years old and I'm getting to a point in my life where it's going to be time for change. I've been sitting back and thinking back on it, and I'm like, really, truly, if there was one true and honest regret I could think of over these last, 15 years of being an adult, I think I definitely did not spend enough time playing MMOs, and it wasn't always my fault, I guess, because sometimes it's really sucked and there wasn't really any good Kino MMOs to play. But I think back on my memories of my interpersonal relationships. I'm like, oh, that was terrible. Like, fuck, what a horrible thing that was. That was awful all the way through. And I think back to the 20 hours a day I spent playing MMOs, and I can remember every bit and piece so fond. I can remember it was just doing the same thing mindlessly for hours and days at a time. But I could still remember specific things so fondly and how great and memorable those times were. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Perspectives of an old man looking back at his life. Nah, fuck the red pill bullshit. Just be Chad, bro. Nope. I'm a touchless, hugless, hand-holdless, kissless true self. Fuck these normie red pill brain dead Zoomer fucks. Well, I mean, I can find that to be an agreeable statement. However, I'm also just saying at the same time, relatively speaking, I mean, I'm telling, when I was a kid, or when I was at that age, teenager, it was literally just buy more roses and chocolates, bro. Just be, what's that guy? Just be Sherry's Berries, bro, and go do your dance with your roses and chocolates. The guy's like 30 years old now, and everybody's just been shitting on him for his entire life on like black pill compilations. You know, brutal. That's what it was back then, you know, back when that was filmed like 2011 or whatever it was. Gila Klein personally fired a Kamehameha into a Palestinian hospital. I mean, that actually is unironically real. Eggy will pass from heart failure, and I will make Eggy artificial intelligence to keep me entertained into my twilight years in the basement. Well, there's plenty of material out there for it, so when I take my leave, you know what? You could probably do that. It's gonna... Sometime in the future, there's gonna be, you know, like the celibate squadrons. They're all gonna have digitally constructed masks of me in the black pill video, just like playing like cigarette drag on loop as they march through in their cyber suits. Probably not gonna be the case. You know, I think I'll be relegated to the dustbin of history with all good, you know, all for the best perhaps. But it is a humorous image to contemplate. Are you still a truck driver? Yes, I am. For the time being, I'm trying to think of, you know, I'm kind of thinking when the right time to quit is going to be, because I just, like I said, I want to make sure. I think I'm probably going to be moved in, and I'll probably need to be like fully moved in, and then that's probably when I'm going to put my 2 weeks in at that time, when I'm fully moved in. Because I just don't want anything to come up where all of a sudden, oh shit, maybe I need a little extra money right now, or whatever. I don't want to be in that position, because that's going to suck. You know, if a difference of like a couple thousand is like making some huge issue, I don't want that to be the case. So that's kind of my idea, is like, you know, let's be on terra firma, get the utilities connected, everything, and then I'll leave, go back and work some more, finish up, and then I'll go down, and because I'll know everything will be as it needs to be, proper place. So nothing changed in public schools. I mean, that is still true. I think it really, at the end of the day, it's just a symptom of the of societal decay and everything. That's true, but I don't know. I think it's just my boomer dissonance is kicking in. I'm just like, still, the technology and the internet, I just feel like it was a mistake. Because it's also my understanding, and this is something I can't really speak on truly, but it's my understanding that all these quote-unquote red pills that we take these days were completely 100% common knowledge, and everybody was totally tapped in with that for basically all of human history up until about like 50 years ago. And then coincidentally, some of these hashtag red pills were able to re-enter the public consciousness through the internet when maybe they were seen as a bit of a faux pas to continue speaking of publicly, person to person in your locale. I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm not trying to bring a mood down or anything. I wanted to tap in for a nice reprieve from the wagey cage today for a little bit before I go in, but I don't know. How will black pill Ayumers learn when you actually had sex? Well, they might just kill me, or they might just not care at all. Either one, you know, I would find completely understandable. I don't think World War III or nukes or anything will happen. I think it's going to continue to be slow, painful degradation and everything forever. Like Rusty said in Guillotine Part 5. And also, what's that? The Hollow Men gets quoted a lot. I think he actually, doesn't Rusty have a song called The Hollow Men, even as a matter of fact? So I might just be taking my my millennial privilege and just being like, hey, you know what? I got mine. I got my trailer. I'm going to sit here and just play fucking Ultima Online on a private server for the next, 40 years. And you'll never see me or hear from me again. I'm just saying, my mind's been running over these things lately, to be honest. That's why you have the most important job in the world, Eggy. Streaming like this and creating comfort for thousands of people and providing a community. I mean, it's been a lot of good years for sure. It has. It's definitely been a lot of good years and a lot of true Kino. That's very for sure. That's very true. Recount for the chat the craziest 16-wheeler you ever had to retrieve that was abandoned by diversity hires. Let me think. I mean, I'm gonna say I don't think anything on my shifts that I've worked, because I think that we've always had a very solid roster on my shift. On any of the shifts that I've worked, I feel like we've always had a solid roster. I feel like, from my understanding, it's been primarily a lot of issues on like the real early shift, I think. The one that's kind of coming in as I'm going out typically. Could you see yourself doing mechanic work? Going in for a trade degree could be a good use of time in your trailer rather than LDAR. I mean, I certainly could. It all depends, to be honest. I kind of feel like I'm just keeping it real. Like, if I can do what I can, if I can do what I do, and it's not going to, I'm not going to be in any grave risk. I'm not going to be like chancing it every day or whatever it is that if I can go in and it's like, boom, do this and just, I'm going to be live just normal 9 to 5, very like just work, sleep, and a couple of hobbies for the next rest of my life. Like, that's really just what I'm focused on right now. Like, extra stuff, extra degrees, extra whatever, any of that. I just don't know if I'm really feeling that at this point in my life moving forward. Like, it's kind of like I'm just mentally, like, going into a new mode mentally for this, you know, situation that I'm going into, where it's just like, you know, this is ascension, this is like graduation, this is like, boom, you know, this is what I've been aiming for my entire life, and I'm gonna get there. And now I could just lay back, relax, kick back, and just 9 to 5 wagey for the rest of the life, and just nothing else. I don't need to be concerned about anything else. I've gone through everything else in life. I've done everything in life. I've seen it all, done it all, heard it all. I've been around the block 100 times. I think this could be where I could just, like, just cool the jets kind of deal. That's just how I'm feeling, to be honest. Just gain another 200 pounds in slow roast hogs and meth max with your toy poodles. Well, I don't know if my body could sustain another 200 pounds. It hasn't. Even in my most obesified, I just don't know how I would gain such mass. But otherwise speaking, probably not entirely off of, not entirely off the mark. I thought, yes, but I'm moving, so that's why. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for me to be driving like several hundred miles, go work, like sleep in the parking lots or whatever for my job, and then drive back. It would definitely be completely uprooted and rerouted in my new locale. Here's where we become a full-time streamer. I mean, I would say if I do decide that is something where I would go and make streaming like a big part of my life moving forward still, I would say it would need to be some kind of new change to doing it that I don't know what it would be right now. Maybe like an hour a day doing the news or something, like news stories, but it would need to be like, it just needs to be a difference, because otherwise, like, it just doesn't make any sense to keep on just doing something that just hasn't worked. Just to continue to do something like that. And I think I would need to make a change, and I don't know what that change would be yet for as far as streaming goes. Surprised I just noticed, but I wore your shirt again for the first time in like a month, and boom, you streamed this very day. It must have been some kind of good energy to put it together. Eggy is native. He did not jump the wall, but they built the walls around him. That's true. They trapped me in. They locked me in. I mean, that's something possible. True. Also, it could be. If all of a sudden like I said, if something happens, because I've been waiting for something to happen for so long. You know, I've been sitting here for years actually. Because I mean, like, you know, when I started full-time streaming, I'm like, okay, well, I think, you know, something's gonna pop off and it's gonna be wild, crazy. I mean, remember talking about Mad Max World? That was well over 6 years ago, I think, at this point. But it's like, all right, something's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh no, it didn't happen. So something's gonna happen. Oh no, never mind, it didn't happen. If now, let's say, in theory, if something did happen, I get into my trailer and whatever, something happens where it's so super crazy, nukes and craziness, then I might consider, like, there's such a demand for mobile homes, as it were, I could just sell it and take the money and just, all right, taking it all cash, we're going to Chiang Mai, fuck it, you know, let's go hide out in the Chiang Mai bunker. But, you know, COVID happened. Oh, wait, never mind. It's nothing. Nobody cared about it. Like, everybody just went with it, and they just didn't care at all. I've just been waiting for, like, that. All right, that's why I'm here. I'm needed up. You know, not waging. Just waiting for that. Waiting for the happening, and I'm going to be ready to go. I'm mobile. I've got the freedom. I'm free form. Oh, wait, no, nothing's happening. Okay, well, after getting banned for the 80th time from everything that exists on the internet, now I've got to get my job because it's not going to work. So boom, let me get my job, but I'm still, you know, ear to the pavement, ear to the sidewalk. Let me hear where's the happening at, I mean, and honestly, to be, like, even in the last year, I don't know, man, like, for real, just to keep it real, like, I'm really in a certain mood today, but I'm just going to keep it, like, so real. It's like, what's happened for the last year? Ukraine, Russia. Okay, well, it's nothing, all that is my money getting taken and whatever, that's, like, across the whole world, so nothing interesting really for me. Israel, Palestine. Okay, for like how many decades has that been going on? Basically since Israel was formed. I'm just sitting, like, I'm waiting for like anything interesting at all, like just something to, because I just keep telling myself, I'm like, okay, well, if just something interesting, anything at all ever is interesting ever, then I could get like a little pep in my step, maybe pivot back to what I used to do, pivot back to more streams and pivot back in that other direction. But it's like for it's over a year now, like just nothing at all, like totally nothing. Like I could have gone into a coma like 365 days ago, woke up and today, and it's like nothing at all is going on. Like it's just life. But that's why I go to work and I go to sleep and I go to work and I go to sleep, and I'm not missing anything. Like I'm not saying like, oh man, I wish I just could be off work right now because there's something interesting. There's just nothing at all. You know what I mean? And it's just been like that, to be honest. So it's not, there's no temptation really to like risk, oh well, fuck it, whatever, you know, we'll just go, we're gonna stream 12 hours a day every single day because there's craziness going on. There isn't. So it makes it difficult for me to like, I just know it's like it just doesn't make sense. Like what makes sense is being a wagey, unfortunately, you know. I'm sitting and I'm just like, you know, it's a desert. It's you know, I'm sitting waiting for a drop of water in the sea of happenings to start refilling the bountiful rain, but nothing happens. Anyhow. I don't want you to compromise anything, but I'm curious, which state or area in your life did you enjoy living in the most? I would say that northern Wisconsin area. northern central Wisconsin area where I got family up there that I've lived with them before. It's very peaceful and it's very nature-esque. If I could, I mean, you know, it just doesn't make sense right now. Like, you'd have to really probably be like a retiree to live up there because there's not really employment. There's like a couple stores and there's not really much anything like that going on up there. So it'd be very difficult to try and like be my age and live up there. They don't have any, there's no rentals or anything like that. It's just boomers and their retirement properties basically that they got. But it's still very nice. A lot of nature up there, and even though there's a lot of like farmland too, it's just still it's serene, it's calm, and I like that calmness. Well, the thing even about like being like guaranteed a paycheck for being a wagee, it's just like the waginess that I had to do in the past prior to this employment was just so grating. I'll tell you still, like, if I had to go back, if like it was retail, like fucking, we're homeless streaming, fucking, there's no. Retail is still terrible, I'm sure. I have to go to the store still. I still see boomers shitting their pants literally and also figuratively over the dumbest stuff, and especially now with inflation or whatever, I'm sure the boomers are probably screeching and seething at untold levels, which is why all these places, there's no staffing, they can't get anybody to work any jobs, because who would want to? Like, you just face the feral boomer mob all day every day. I'm sure it's probably the most hellishness ever. I mean, fuck, I'd be 24-hour drunk stream, 24 whatever, anything to scrape by a few pennies instead of having to be subjected to that. But I have received a blessing in life that I do not have to earn my income that way, by which I mean facing feral boomers, which also makes it a little more easy to trend in the working direction. Alternative plan B, going Griffith mode, getting your payout, live out your last years in Thailand. That's pretty true. Stream a never-ending party and let homeless meth head bums inhabit your newest modular mansion like Jesse Pinkman. It is certainly a possibility as well. You think those guns you lost in the pond are still there? I think it's certainly a possibility. I just don't know. I mean, I can't actually. I think I took an amnesia pill by accident. I don't remember what lake that was anymore either. I don't remember what the serial numbers on those were either. Oof, it's tough. I don't know why I took those 48 weapons into that boat, and then I must have breathed too much climate change. There was too much climate change going on, and it just knocked me on my ass. It was really out of control. Well, and I think I'll also say too, I'm not, what I'm saying is, this is not like a retirement video that I'm making, okay? I am going to stream this week. We're going to do some dank drink combos in honor of Mr. Cobra's birthday. And then I'm going to take a small hiatus. It's going to be happening. I need that time for my moving that I'm doing. But what I will say is that I think it's just kind of a general air of that, especially like in the last few months on YouTube. You see a lot of people with large channels that are saying, they're making different paths in life. They're going different ways. They're saying this internet stuff is not hitting like it used to, so they're doing different things in life that's not so much on the internet. And it's not that I'm like following their lead. It's more of, like I said, just, at my age, like what makes sense, when you're middle-aged, like what do you, like, you're coming on a split path in life. The road is splitting into a fork, and you got to choose which way you're gonna go, type of thing, the reason I started watching King Cobra. Well, Mr. GC, I will say my chat many years ago was actually also the reason why I even knew who King Cobra was. I thought it was just a cool name that somebody kept on using. But little did I know that there was a goth man with a goth plan, and it certainly changed my life forever. If I considered moving to Haiti, well, it sounds like property is getting a lot cheaper down there right now. Well, thank you, Kim Jong-il. I do appreciate that very much. I'm 36, it only gets worse, LOL. Yeah, I'm really not trying to be black pill out today. But for one, I have to go to work, so I can't enjoy a nice frosty beverage as I like to do, which could make me a little more of a certain different type of woo. And yeah, I've just been thinking about this constantly. Like, to be honest, like especially like in the last week, I'm like, man, you know, I should just like. I just feel that time approaching. I feel the time approaching. It's a lot of changes going on, and I feel like there's gonna be more changes going on. So I did just want to go live just to like let it be known, I guess, that for one, there's gonna be a hiatus coming up for one of lives, because I didn't want to just bring that like without mentioning it out of my real live mouth and real words. And that just kind of where my mind is at, where my head is at. I guess, yeah, I could have probably just done like a video about it too, but I just felt like going live, and and I'm here. So I'm letting it be known. My warlord name. I'm hoping that my warlord name would be General Tallhead. That's what I would like it to be, if it ever comes up. Avoid daily news. Trust me, you need money, an insane production value, and a whole team of veterans to pull that off, as well as clipping highlights. Yeah. I mean... Well, maybe I'm feeling a certain type of way right now. Maybe it's gonna be a longer hiatus. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe we just say I'm gonna move, and maybe I come back to live streaming when something happens, when something interesting happens, and maybe that's the kind of feel that maybe that's when I'll come back, instead of saying a certain week or a certain month. Maybe that's more the better idea, is just when it feels right, when it feels like, oh man, I really want to see what's going on with this. If I feel that drive like the same way now, like I don't really do music unless I feel like there's a drive to do it, like a reason to do it. Maybe that could be kind of where it's going with live streams too. Do you ever feel like there is nothing novel in life outside of happenings? Like you aren't suddenly going to be interested in snowboarding, for instance, and your life is just locked in after 30? That is pretty true. That is pretty true, yeah. And I just feel like I kind of feel like I've done so much for so many years, and I've just done and seen everything. So that's why, like, the stand-up is intriguing to me, because that's an unturned stone up until this point, something I never thought about doing, but it has adjacent characteristics to things that I already have done in the past. So it's like I have a bit of that skill set that I could incorporate. But for a lot of things, generally speaking, like I'm really just kind of like, this is my mindset right now. I'm really just like, all right, boomer mode. it's boomer mode time. Sit at home and paint miniatures and just kind of go very to myself, very just kind of insular, and it's just me in my trailer doing what I do. If I get those inclinations for those creative productions, boom. Otherwise, it's kind of just like more or less retiring off the internet more and just going fully into the normie lifestyle. Can I just do a kick flip? I might do a back flip. Coach me through athletic training, of course. Become a fighting game streamer. Well, I've heard that this Tekken 8 game is on the next level. They're saying it's super awesome, super incredible. Mow your lawn and drink beer in the alleyway. I'm quite honestly, that's quite honestly true. What tires do I have in my vehicle? I have Firestone tires, I believe. So I got them not that long ago because it was just within this last year since I've owned this newer vehicle. Well, let me see here. Well, as a matter of fact, I did receive a $5 donation with some hashtag dance Kino, so I think I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, I don't know. When I went live today, I was kind of like, I don't know. I just knew I wanted to go live because I knew that I was gonna have a hiatus coming up in the future here. But just to be honest, I think it's just kind of cementing the idea more in my mind. I just kind of feel like, yeah, my heart, I just don't think it's really in the streaming stuff, man, for real, to be honest. I think it's kind of at that point in time. I'm going to have this move going on, and there's going to be so much going on, and really just such a new chapter in my life. I feel like I'm probably going to be falling back off the streams with all that stuff going on. That's just how I feel. I just don't know. Like, that's just how it feels. It feels like it's, feels like that to me. But I'm going to get up and get groovy with this musical number. Check it out and see what it is. I've been sitting here. I've had these, like, this dead air a couple times in this last couple hours where I'm sitting here and I'm, like, thinking to myself, I'm like, well, because I'm thinking about this too. I'm like, I keep on saying to myself, well, no, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do this, maybe it's something, maybe I'll think of this, maybe I'll think of that. I don't think I have anything to think of anymore. I think I just, I'm at a kind of a totally dried up, totally, like, you know, I don't know if I don't think I have anything else to bounce up, nothing to, like, pivot and, oh, wait a second, know this. Oh, wait a second, know this. I think that's it. You know, I like to get groovier, but I just don't think I just don't think it makes sense, you know what I mean, anymore, like, for me to gather a bunch of people. I just don't think I have, like, I don't have anything to really that makes sense to, like, bring to the table anymore. Like, I think I'm just totally tapped out. I think I'm totally fried. I'm totally burnt. Like, my well is dry of what I have left to offer. But if something should come up in the future to where that changes, you know, boom, let's go. But, yeah. But, time to get groovy, though. With the song Empty Inside, sounds like a real topical number. The truth is, life in general has given up the ghost. Well, that's the thing, too, you know. It's like, I'm going to keep it real. Also, I mean, I keep on saying that. But, you know, there was a point in time, like, eras, right? Like, I mean, obviously I've had some breaks in the past as well. But it's like, boom, all right, there was a Black Pill era. Then there was like the resurgence. I'm like, okay, it's kind of over, but fuck the world anyway. And then it was like COVID. It's like, okay, shit, it's really over. And then it was like kind of the petering out, like everything, like the new normal. It's like, okay, no, it's not really the new normal, but it kind of has been, to be honest. Like, it just, everything's really like fucked. And I was thinking about this last night too, because I was thinking to myself, like, especially, I was thinking about just doing like not even a stream, but like making a video of my vehicle on the way home from work, where I was kind of saying some of these same things. I honestly probably didn't need to go live today. I'm kind of thinking maybe this is kind of a stupid, but anyway, but I did it. I did what I did. But like everybody who I know in real life, like everybody is like, fuck, like their batteries are all the way drained. They're like, they're like grayscale people, not like NPCs, but they're just like, everything costs so much more and everything's so crazy right now. Like, but it's not crazy like, wow. It's just crazy like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to talk to you for the next 3 weeks because I'm working 170 hours a week to, you know, pay for my 1 bedroom that I'm renting with like 40 other people. It's kind of just like, I don't know, man. It's just a malaise, I guess. Is that the right word? Everybody's just so malaised, and I don't want that to be. I want to put up the fireworks and and all this stuff, but it's like everywhere I turn, it's just, there's nothing to bounce off of. Like there's no amplifying. It's like everybody's just, you know, just everybody's gray and they're blue and their fucking faces on the ground, and well, those people are overdosing on super fentanyl, but that's a different story. The expression that they're all just kind of like, whatever, fuck everything. I'm like, oh, but you know, like, what's going on? Like, woo, it's like, what's up? Let's, you know, what's the happening? Fuck everything. Fuck it all. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. I gotta work 175 hours in a row now to pay for a single loaf of bread. Fuck it, I don't care. It's like, well, it's tough. It's tough. Very tough. I don't know. Maybe it's the wage, but I can't not be a wage anymore. Like or I'll be dead. So, so it's like, maybe it's just being surrounded by wageriness all the time. But I just don't know. What I do know is that that's how I feel. I feel like it's just darkness right now. I feel like I'm trying to, it's darkness and I want to bring light to the darkness, but I feel like it's just too much darkness and I don't got enough light to give right now. I wish I knew how. I wish that I had an idea. But in any case, let's see what this grooving is all about. Empty inside. Let's see what it do. See how groovy it is. Turn that thing up. Woo! Sounds a little Sigma. one way. And it's oncoming traffic, by the way. Whoa! That was pretty groovy. Why is Eggy cutting streaming? Is he going normie? Is he trying to go normie while... Well, I mean, I've been working a job at this point for almost 2 years anyway. The internet, I don't know, it's dry. It's just like... I was also thinking about this the other day. I'm like... That when the first season of Fish Tank came out last year, I didn't watch even like 1 minute of the entire thing. I paid no attention to it at all. And this year I like did, and I got like into it, and I'm like... Why is that? Like, I didn't really, I kind of like thought to myself, I'm like, why did I even like really get that interested in this thing in the first place? Just because there was like literally just like there's nothing going on in the entire world except like some people hanging out in a house that's being live streamed. No offense to Fish Tank, more power to him, but I kind of caught myself thinking about that. I'm like, that's not something I'm interested in. Like, why was I interested in that? That's not like I've never been interested in that kind of thing. It's like, oh, there's just nothing in the so what is there even to be like against at this point where like there's a ton, but it's just like it's just, I don't know, there's like the energy's wrong, like the energy's not there for me, like it's just, I don't know, it's just gray, it's all just gray and grayscale. No, I have to go to work. Well, I'm actually, what time is it now? Yeah, I was gonna cut it probably about like 20 minutes. I gotta go to work, so. Well, see, that's the thing too. Like, I'm streaming and I'm like, oh, I even called Sam. I'm like, oh, can I get on season 3? He's like, yeah, we could get you on the list or whatever. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know, like, it just doesn't make sense to be like a man who's like, I'm like damn near Sam's age myself, and like I'm gonna be like go try and like fucking go do something like that. It's just like. I think the time is just basically is right to, like, it's, I've outgrown, I'm so old, and it's like it's got to be like a new time in my life, to be honest. Because I mean it's not even that, it's just like there's no like argument against it. it's like you're about to turn like a certain age and you're just like, oh, actually I'm not. I'm actually just that. I'm not ever gonna age ever again. It's like, okay, well, unfortunately, it is what it is. You do. True old cell pill, to be quite sincerely honest. Well, I just feel like, I mean, it's not even so much about what I like. It's just like, I'm sorry I keep on saying like so much. It's not even about what I enjoy. It's just about what life demands, what you have to, what you need to do when you're a certain age and you have certain things going on in your life and you just have to do certain things. And it's either you do it or you die. I mean, I could, I won't say that I haven't thought about, which is possibly the more fulfilling direction, but this is where I'm at right now. I mean, I've been I've been stable and responsible and just saving money and all this different stuff. And it's just the way my life has gone, to be honest. I need some messages for some reason. I'm gonna check this real quick. I mean, I get that, but it's just like, I don't know. This just thing is that also, I guess a big part of it too is that there's nothing to talk about anymore also, which is why like I like, King Cobra stuff. It's fun and it's whatever, and Blade and whatever, but it's like, I don't have anything left to like talk. Myself, and me personally, like I have nothing left to talk about. I've totally tapped out to like the point where I'm just having to like revolve or whatever. Like lately, I've been trying to do like some gaming and stuff too, but it's just like that's not me, to be honest. I mean, like I'm a gamer, but like gaming streamer, like that's just not me. And it's just I think the time is just right now. Like the time has arrived where it's like, okay, yeah, this is where it's at. Things are happening for a reason. It's you know, I've been working a job for a very long time now for a reason. You know, I'm moving for a reason. It's just a lot of things going on in life, and that's the way it's going, and that's the way that life is going, and it's just there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? Unless I just decide to be homeless and die, then that's something I can do about it. But unless if I don't want to do that, then no, I hate King Cobra punching down crap. See, also, that's not even how I feel about it, because it's like I like to enjoy watching a fellow man my age who enjoys drinking, but then also, like, I'm in a different mode now, too. Like, so maybe it is punching down it. But you see how that is, though? See, check it for a second here. Watch this. Because I enjoyed watching Cobra because I related to him entirely. I'm like, okay, this is like, I really feel like I'm feeling this dude because he sits around and drinks and talks about stuff that I feel. But now, I actually probably is punching down now because due to the fact that I had to do certain things in life, I had to get a job and I had to, you know, get a new place to live and all this different stuff. It's like, okay, now I am punching down because the age of myself in my life, it had to go this way or it was going to just end, you know, and so it had to go this way. So now it kind of is punching down. So you see what I'm saying is where it's like, this is almost, you know, like a little bit of an involuntary thing. It's not necessarily something I want to do, but it's just where my life is, and it's kind of what I need to do. So, so that does make sense now. But I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, I honestly just feel like that's just how I feel. I feel like when I take a step back objectively and I kind of like overlook kind of like from when I started streaming in end of 2016, early 2017, and I kind of look to where it's at now, it's just, I could see that like I am creatively bankrupt, right? So why? I mean, like even today, like, I'm live now to mention it, and I am going to do a stream yet this week because I'm going to be doing some drink combos and things, and I'm enjoying that. But I mean, it's just what it is. Like it's gotten to the point where, with everything else coming together, that's just how I think it's going to be. I mean, it's still going to be as normy as living in complete isolation and complete cutting all speaking with the outside world outside of employment is, but you know, that's a life that I've grown to accept now at this point, so it doesn't bother me anymore. Like it might have bothered me, the idea of it might have caused me a lot of emotional turmoil like 10 years ago, but at this point I think that I'm perfectly fine with that. Well, what, like, how did you link being creatively bankrupt streaming on YouTube? Because I don't when I can't think of anything else to talk about. I mean, even you could probably even say like as long as I've been drinking, because drinking in itself I've heard is like, you know, the people say that's like a content crutch or whatever, but I don't know, I just like drinking, so but I just don't really have that's just how I feel. I feel like I don't have anything else to give. That's just how I feel. That's why I keep on falling back on like, oh, let's talk about this other person. Let's talk about this other person. Like that's how I feel. I feel like I don't feel like that's anything worth doing. Because it's like, well, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here and that's not even my thing. Like I'm not one of these guys like Smokey or whoever, even Bass Shaman, where they like that's their thing. Like, oh, let's do the roundup. I just literally I'm fucking fried, dude. I'm over with. It's over. I'm just the glass is empty. Hanging out and groove with music and topic conversations, but that's also, like I'm saying, I mean, there's, like, I mentioned this a little earlier probably before you came in, I'm like, there's nothing's even gone on in the entire world for the last, like, I can't even tell, when was the last time anything happened? Joe Biden getting elected? I can't remember, like, what's the last thing that was even worth talking about? What I could say is I'll firstly apologize for that. I didn't need to even go live to say this, but I mean, it was going to be uncomfortable at some point, whatever, anyway, when I mention it, or when I came to the conclusion, but I've just been thinking about it a lot lately, and it's just like, I don't know, I just feel like, it's like, how would I liken it? It would be like selling tickets to whatever. Like, you're selling tickets. Oh, hey, could you come to my show? Here's tickets to my show. Like if the show was like a live stream, here's tickets to my show, and they show up, and then you're just like sitting there, just like doing nothing. Like that's how that's why I feel like it's like it would be better to just cease it for a time until it makes sense. Like there's something good going on. Here we go. We got something. Here we go. Let's do this because we got something, instead of just, you know, not having anything to bring to the table. I guess, yeah, that's true. Election season coming up, yeah. Yeah, because I don't mean to, I don't mean to be of a negative, but that's just how I'm feeling. That's just how I'm feeling. So at least in good news, yeah, I mean, in good news, I'm going to be a nice mobile home owner here very soon, and it's going to be very nice, I'm sure, but I just feel like, you know, that's going to be like the pinnacle of my entire life, and I can just move, what's the word I'm looking for? Plateau from there. I've reached the pinnacle of everything I've ever wanted and everything I've ever desired, and I think it'll be a good time to just sort of, you know, retire into my twilight years, except I'm still going to be working like 50 to 60 hours a week, but besides that, you know, retire into my twilight years from internet's situation. I will roast hogs. I'm not talking about the fatties, but you know what? Maybe if she's a baddie. I don't know about a toy poodle, but you know, I'm not trying to MetaMask either. But you know how them trailer parks be. It might be on the menu, but I'm gonna say no for now. I'm really trying to clean up my life. You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it real. You know, I'm pushing 40. I'm standing barefoot in a concrete basement in somebody else's house right now. My number one activity in life is just getting blackout drunk. You know, I think there could be other things on the horizon. Believe me, for a lot of years I said there's nothing else on the horizon. I don't care. Fuck it. Let's run it in. Let's just whatever. It's whatever forever. But life is it's changing for me because it had to, and so here we are. George not found, canceled for R word a woman. Oh, that was Dream's best friend. I saw the where the fuck did I see that? I can't remember. Maybe it was Turkey Tom or no, it was I went out to Drama Alert. Somebody told me that was where the Rusty news was or whatever. So I looked at Drama Alert page on Twitter, and that's where I saw that clip at. I was like, something about making Minecraft buildings. It just makes you need to take cheeks, apparently, and just fucking fuck whores all day. Well, and also I just want to say this too. I mean, you know, I've been streaming in this basement for well over 7 years at this point. It's been, you know, like, I don't regret any of. I had a great time the whole time, but I mean, I think probably about every person in the entire world, if you said, "Hey, do you think it would be a good idea to just like be unemployed and live stream yourself getting drunk in your aunt's basement for, let's say, like the next 7 years?" I would guess probably every human on the earth would say that sounds like a complete and total like collapse of a life. So I think that, considering that my life has been beneath what people could ever even imagine their lowest points of their life ever being, and that I had a lot of fun doing it, I think I could definitely take some solace in that. But we just are at that point, that turning point. Or who knows, maybe I'll get my trailer and I'll have some grand awakening and have some great new ideas. But I believe it's cable internet. I don't think it's DSL, so it's cable. So I mean, streaming is definitely possible there at least. But in any case, it has been 2.5 hours, and I will have to go to work. We'll end on some good Italo Kino here, but I'm just letting it be known. Did you always think of your streams as a creative outlet? I would say that I probably did not. I just wanted to, you know, once upon a time, I said, let me just see what it's all about. Then boom, and I just liked having fun. You know, it was just something to do more than anything. And then, I mean, it really just totally died. Then it came back in the end of 2018 because there was that 1 million view video made about me, and it got a lot of interest. So then I had a reason to come back and give it another old college try in that 2018 to 2021. It was some real Kino years, I tell you what. But then coming back from there, you know, having been at my pinnacle numbers-wise or whatever, and then coming back and trying to, what else, you know, if that's, you know, total momentum explosion, destruction, totally like, you know, did not get a lot of carryover when I came back on LSMS. But then I think around that time, then it was like, you know, definitely like turning 30 and losing the most of everything I had, losing Twitter and my channel and everything all in 1 year. That was like everything, total momentum destruction, and then total like, you know, that was really, to be honest, that was probably the end of everything right there. Like I probably could have just no LSMS, just like fucking like cut it there, but then I would have had to take in the jab to even do anything in real life, and if I even wanted to try getting a job or whatever. So it was like, you know, one last hoorah, the last hoorah, and then LSMS. As I recall, let me go check that. I think LSMS and Puff Saunders both vanquished on the same day, as I recall. Yes. 16 weeks ago. 16 weeks ago. We were drinking that good sea salt flavored beverage at that time. So I actually come to think of it, to be honest, I think these last 16 weeks especially have been very cooked for me. Like I've been really just, I mean, the stand-up was a really good glistening beacon in that time frame, but like these last 16 weeks have just been, as far as internet stuff goes, it's been very tough. It's been like, yeah. I think probably the nail in the coffin for my, you know, like, 'cause I don't even, like, at least when I had like the LSMS channel, I could like look back and be like, oh, wait, no, I remember that one. Yeah, that was a good time right there. Okay. Maybe let me try and reinvigorate a little bit, but I believe I have a copy of that still, Duke. Yes, I believe I do. Well, like I said, I mean, I just feel like it's not. I just feel like primarily I feel like it's just not. I'm dead air, and it's just a lot of people's time being wasted. I mean, I know people don't feel that way, but that's how I feel. Like when I don't have. I want to bring something to the table, and I don't have it to bring to the table, so I'm just not going to show up to the table. I mean, I have like many reasons, but I mean, there's literally that many reasons. I could probably list like 20 different reasons of why it's just, it's probably time to hang it up. And they would all be complete, like they would all be perfectly standalone reasons. It's like, okay, that makes 100% sense. But especially all of them together. Anyway, I do need to go to work, so I'm going to end on some Italo. Let me think about, what am I feeling? I mean, I keep on pivoting to that Pinot D'Angio, but I think maybe some of that real good Vamos a la Playa. I'm kind of feeling that classic Kino from head to toe. Don't mind if I do. you say that. I mean, it doesn't even matter anyway. The fact that that I've had like 20 accounts or whatever. I mean, at this point, but I mean, most people aren't going to just repeatedly like seek out a new YouTube channel over and over again. Because, well, I mean, I don't know. There's probably people who I watched that got banned and I wouldn't even remember. You know what I mean? Know what I expect them to? Like, hey, I'm still streaming in the basement 7 years later, and you've moved on with your life, and you actually have a life going on. Why aren't you watching? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all anyway. It's fine. I mean, it's in this game. You do what you do, and I've done what I've done, and you know, now the next stage has arrived. So, but anyways, I really need to go to work. I have to leave in like 10 minutes. So, if anybody's just tuning in, yeah, basically TLDR. I think I'm going to do one more stream coming up here for King Cobra's birthday at time. I'm not going to probably do it on his birthday because I don't think I'm going to have time to do that. But when I have time near his birthday, I will go live once more. But I'm going to be on hiatus because I'm moving. And then I don't know. After I'm moving, it's kind of up in the air what I'm going to be doing after that. I just don't feel like I have anything left to give on the streaming front. If something comes up, we'll see, but I'm probably just going to be moving in the normie, wagey, clock punching direction. So anyways, for now, I need to go to work, so when I do wrap up a stream, there are a few words that I do like to say. Go a little something like this. Thank you to everybody who tuned in up until this point. Everyone who is still here now, because this has been a stream of not very much in it, so I have to really give you extra props for that. And everyone who will possibly observe this in a VOD in the near future. But other than that, also goes a little something like this. A 3, a 1, a 1, 2, 3. Ciao. Goodbye for now. Woo. Our time together puts me on a cloud. Woo. And I, oh my, will never come down. However, though be it, I am aging out of becoming an internet entertainer as I go into my 40s. Sorry, maybe it works for some people, but I think the 9 to 5 complete isolation in my trailer house is looking like what it's going to be for me. I've been your host, Toby Reynolds. Thank you for your time. Have a great week if I don't see you. And if I don't see you for a while, well, you know what? Keep on keeping on. Do your thing. I will just suggest that you won't be able to wage for that long. It will crush your soul. I mean, it's been, we're coming up on 2 years. It's getting close. And, I don't really feel too much about it yet, but maybe in a few years from now we'll see. But anyways, I need to go to work, so adios. Take care. Oh, somebody wanted the link to this. All right. Peace out.